Justin Baldoni should have done better. Perez Hilton here, and during production on their movie It Ends With Us, there was a birthing scene, and poor Blake Lively had barely any clothes on, and she was subjected to unnecessary crew members during this really delicate moment. That's what she claims. Both of their lawsuits have so much material that I never discussed this before. B-list actress, wait, that's not a diss, by the way. That is pure facts. And that's perhaps being extra nice. She is objectively not A-list. In terms of acting, okay? In terms of box office. In terms of Q score and name recognition to open a movie. She's never, ever done that. She's not an A-list actress, okay? I'm not saying that she's B-list Blake to be anything other than just silly, but it's also true. Anyways, Taylor Swift's bestie alleges that he treated her nude scenes recklessly, inconsiderately, especially when there was supposed to be a closed set for those scenes. In her complaint, she points to one particular scene where her character gives birth, saying that she was nude, save for a small piece of modesty cloth over her lady parts. Well, that's not true, according to Justin Baldoni. In his lawsuit, he countered that she was wearing a pregnancy suit. Basically, it's a prosthetic covering to make it look to the audience that they were looking at her pregnant belly, but it was actually made of rubber. Baldoni's lawsuit says, in her complaint, Lively alleges that during a scene, the birthing scene, she was, quote, mostly nude with her legs spread wide in stirrups and only a small piece of fabric covering her genitalia. And that there were non-essential persons present. This allegation is knowingly false. To begin with, to describe Lively as mostly nude and naked from below the chest down is dishonest. Lively was wearing black briefs. Wait, what? We go from her alleging that she just had a piece of fabric, a modesty cloth protecting her bits from the crew, to him telling us she was actually wearing black briefs. The camera must have footage of what really went down and release that footage too. Release that footage, please! Back to what he counters. Lively was wearing black briefs and a pregnancy suit that covered her midsection, and her top was covered by a hospital gown. Her legal complaint deliberately suggests she was wearing a small piece of nude fabric glued around her genitalia. By stating this is generally what female actors use to provide some minimal privacy without disturbing the shot, leaving the reader to believe Lively was only wearing this small fabric. She was wearing briefs. There was a footnote added in his lawsuit that said, if Lively is referring to her character being mostly nude, i.e. her pregnancy suit was exposed, her statement is misleading and still false. The only nude body part exposed were her legs. And that's not all. Baldoni also alleges that Ryan Reynolds' wife lied about who was on set. Remember, she claimed that all these non-essential people were there during this intimate scene and that she was nude, which she wasn't, according to him. His lawsuit says, film footage, which he's got the footage, clearly demonstrates the set was not chaotic, as she alleges, and only essential individuals, e.g. film crew talent, were present for the scene and doing their jobs. Importantly, Lively knowingly and falsely alleges that the film's financier, some English is not my first language. I need to remind you all that. True story. I did not learn English until kindergarten or preschool or whatever. Pre-K, whatever. Financier. Okay. Lively knowingly and falsely alleges that the film's money person was present during these scenes and insinuates he was watching her nude, parentheses, which he had no desire to do. The shade. He was not even on set during the filming of that scene. He arrived later, merely stopping by for a brief moment amid his busy business schedule, and was present during the filming of a scene in which Lively's character spoke with a female OBGYN doctor, a scene in which she was fully clothed. Every time he... Why would you lie, allegedly, in a complaint when he and others know the truth and have receipts and evidence and footage and... I do have 2 additional thoughts, though. 1, if you still support Blake Lively after everything that we have heard, I want to know why. Let me know in the comments section why you believe her overwhelmingly or mostly, and why you think he's lying or was an abuser, as she has called him. She has called him an abuser and not only sexually harassed her, but then orchestrated this smear campaign, which she also alleges is ongoing. So let me know in the comments section. And secondly, I just looked, and despite everything that's been going on and all of the negative attention, she might be B-list in the acting world, but she's A-list on social media. She has a very large following on the I to the G. As of today, it is over 45 million strong. People who are still following her. If people really strongly disliked or were over Blake Lively, wouldn't there be massive unfollowing happening? Because I just looked, and over the last 30 days, she has lost about 233,000 followers, which is a considerable number, but not huge. It's less than 0.5% of her audience. Interesting, right? Thank you for watching and your support, especially on YouTube. That is my priority these days and my #1 platform. And they get my videos first. You get my videos first on YouTube. Thoughts on thoughts? Let me know in the comment section.